Hi everyone and welcome back to our channel, United by Flavor. I'm so glad you're here. We're currently working through a series called 50 States of Food where we're discovering iconic dishes from every state. If you haven't seen our previous episodes, go check them out. But if you have and you've been with me from the beginning, you know that I skipped Arizona because I've been going in alphabetical order. And the reason why I skipped Arizona is because I knew I'd be going there and we just got back. We were visiting family and I've inserted a couple pictures from our trip. It was so awesome. But I wanted to make the iconic dishes from Arizona while we were in Arizona. So that's why I waited. Okay, so let's get into it. For this episode, I'll be featuring Navajo fry bread tacos. I chose to make this dish because I wanted to recognize that the Navajo people are the original population from Arizona. The largest portion of the Navajo Nation is within the Arizona borders as well. So, when I was researching the history of the fry bread, I learned that it has a complicated past, but it's an important part of the Navajo culture. Navajo fry bread was invented in a time of immense sadness when the Navajo people were forced into the reservation and things like flour and oil was provided to them so that the people wouldn't starve, but it was not food that was part of their traditional diet. So they were able to take these ingredients and create something that's delicious, but it does have a sad history. It has been passed down now, though, through generations, and it is beloved. And today I want to be making this dish with respect and admiration for their culture. During our trip, we stopped at a trading post within the Navajo Nation called Cameron's Trading Post, and if you're ever going up towards Antelope Canyon, I highly recommend it. We were able to get the Navajo fry bread tacos there, and they were delicious, and I'm so glad I was able to have them before I made them to have a true appreciation for fry bread and what it was supposed to taste like. While we were there, I was speaking with one of the employees, and she was telling me that when she makes fry bread, she only uses this bluebird flour. And actually, that's what the menu said too. It's supposed to be the best. I ended up not picking that up. I picked up this instead. I liked that it was produced on the reservation and it was an all-in-one mix ready to go with a recipe on it. If I hadn't been traveling out of state, I would have for sure gotten the bluebird flour and the package that I bought. And they had blue corn mix as well, which again, when I was speaking with one of the employees, she said that she mixed the blue corn meal with the bluebird flour and made pancakes in the morning. That sounded amazing, but I'm like, okay, I can't have like 25 pounds of flour with me, and I obviously can't take it home. I had to cut it off somewhere. Aside from making the actual fry bread, you can put whatever kind of toppings you want on the taco. I followed the suggestions on the fry bread mix bag. So it was taco meat, chili beans, lettuce, tomato, onion, salsa, green chilies, and cheese. The package said to mix up the fry bread dough about 10 minutes in advance and heat up your oil to 360 degrees. I did it outside on the grill, which was a really fun experience. And I you're supposed to use about 3/4 cup of warm water for 2 cups of the mix. I used a little bit more. And then going back to when I was over at the trading post, when the person I was speaking with told me that she likes to add a little bit of milk to her mix because it helps the golden color of the fry bread. So I ended up doing that as well, even though it didn't say to do so on the instructions. So I'm just going to come out and say it right now in full transparency. I did not do a good job making this. It's my fault. I don't think I rolled it out thin enough, and I don't think the oil was hot enough. I probably should have closed the grill cover to increase the temperature of the oil. I don't know. I just thought it would be something I could do, and I couldn't. It's going to take a lot more practice and skill. Don't get me wrong, though. It did not deter us from eating them. They were still good. They were still tasty, but they were nowhere near the quality from the restaurant that we tried them at. Special guest here. I'm with my nephew, my amazing nephew, and he's going to give his review of the fry bread. What do you think? What do you think?
Yum.
Yay!
Thumbs
I'm so glad you like it.
Good.
Is it? Good. He's shaking his head yes.
What do you think? It's so good.
Yay. I'm going to try it. It was challenging, and this was not an easy thing to make, but let's see how it tastes.
Good?
It was good. This was my best one. It was the last one. I have a lot of work to do, though. I hope to make these again in the future and work on improving my skills, but I feel very honored that I was able to try making them and try tasting them at the trading post. Now stay tuned because we've got some more footage for you. Okay, so next up we're going to be making Sonoran hot dogs and prickly pear drinks. So Sonoran hot dogs are popular throughout all of Arizona, and they are bacon wrapped hot dogs that you grill and load up with a bunch of delicious toppings. The key here is that when you're grilling, you want to turn frequently and do it at a lower temperature. Otherwise, you risk torching everything or undercooking your bacon. So just take your time and turn it a lot and you'll do great. We also caramelized some onions on the grill to go with it. And then we made pinto beans that you smash on the bun. Top it with pico de gallo, jalapeno, caramelizing the onions. We got some burgers on the grill too. Things are looking good. Okay, so you can see here while I was finishing everything up, I just put them on the upper rack so they wouldn't overcook. But I mean, come on, those look so good. Slow, rotating frequently. I think they turned out perfect. Some of them came a tiny bit unraveled, but they sealed up. Yum. And here's the onion, also low and slow. And the beans. Okay, so the Sonoran dog is topped with pico de gallo, jalapeno, mustard, and mayo. Here I just took canned of pinto beans and I'm smashing them so they're like kind of a mix between smashed and whole beans. And here goes the layering process. Beans, caramelized onions, hot dog. Then we've got our pico de gallo and the mustard, mayo, and jalapeno. Here we go. Let's test this Sonoran dog out. Can I don't even know if I can take a bite. Okay, here we go. That was good. Yum. To go with the hot dogs, I made a Nopale salad or a cactus salad. Funny thing is, I could not find fresh nopales. We can find them anywhere here where I live. Couldn't find them there. Go figure. Anyways, the jarred stuff worked out great. I just rinsed it to get some of that preserved flavor taken off, but it was delicious. If you're still here and watching, thank you so much. We've got one final thing. As you can see here, here's a big bowl of fresh lemons. And actually, my sister's neighbor dropped them off randomly while we were there because where they lived used to be a citrus orchard, and there's still remnants of the orchard throughout the neighborhood. They have tons and tons of citrus, lemons and oranges specifically. So we made some drinks, alcoholic and non-alcoholic, and we're calling it the Orchard. This drink is kind of inspired by a margarita, and then we also added some prickly pear syrup because that's native to Arizona. I featured in earlier picture a bunch of cactuses, and actually that little purple thing on there is a prickly pear. So we saw that at the Botanic Gardens, which was really cool. So for the Orchard, we did roughly 2 ounces of tequila, 1 ounce of Grand Marnier, 2 ounces of fresh made lemonade with those lemons you saw earlier, and then about 1.5 ounces of the prickly pear syrup. Shaken over ice and then topped with a little bit of sparkling water. And we also rimmed the glasses with salt. Yum! For the kids, we made sparkling prickly pear lemonade. So basically lemonade, some of the prickly pear syrup, and then topped with the sparkling water. And the prickly pear syrup made it look so pretty. My daughter loved it. It was so fun that the neighbor dropped off this huge bag of lemons and that we were able to enjoy it. My sister made this awesome lemonade. You just can't get better than that. Prickly pear lemonade. Let's see what my daughter thinks.
It's really good.
Yay! We wanted to be a little fancy with the lemonade, so we added a salt rim to that too. Thank you so much for watching this Arizona episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions for future states, or if you have something different you wish you would have saw for Arizona, comment down below. Thanks again, and I hope you'll subscribe. Bye!